Hey everybody, welcome back to the Lucky Paper YouTube channel and stream if you're here watching live. If you're watching on YouTube and you want to tune in live, we do stream every Monday night around 6:30 Eastern, 6:30 p.m. Eastern. And we're back with some games from the Blood Magic Cube. This is my Eternal Cube that is designed for high-power, fair games of Magic. So there's no cheating mana, there's no win-the-game combos, there's no really rude strategies like land destruction as a strategy, that kind of stuff. There's a wasteland floating around, but it's not really a strategy
it's
per
kind
se.
of a strategy some people choose to explore.
Only in rotisserie drafting though.
Okay.
I'm off screen here producing. Hello, and we have Aaron and Anthony up here ready to battle.
Hello.
Aaron, tell people what you're playing.
Yeah, I'm excited. I have this green-black with a splash of red here. Kind of started off as just a green ramp deck, but then missed a couple pieces, so sort of went in a different direction with hopefully plenty of fetch lands and lands that can go in the graveyard. Titania is pretty cool. I'm really excited because I haven't played with a lot of these cards before. Wrenn and 6, Sylvan Library, Titania. What else? Grimflare, Croxa. So
You played with some of them last match.
except for until the last match, and I got to do Titania once before promptly. Well, maybe I shouldn't spoil it if you haven't watched the video, but anyway, yeah, I think it's just kind of a plan of attack and then have a few cards like Sheoldred that can really grind out in the late game.
I love playing red just for Croxa. I think that's pretty sweet.
Yeah, I have Croxa and I have Territorial Kavu in. I'm not sure if
All right,
that's worth
Kavu's
the
in there too.
Splash. And Wrenn and 6, sorry.
Oh, Wrenn and 6, obviously, naturally.
Yeah. Not sure if those are all worth the splash, but
I
let's
like
find
it.
out.
I think it's more fun that way.
Yeah.
Anthony, what do you bring to the table?
I'm playing an Esper control deck, so I've got a couple Wraths. I'll call it 4, depending on how you want to slice it. A fair amount of single target removal, and then hopefully I'll just stick some of these Planeswalkers and or Primordial Mist and win the game with inevitability. I'm kind of most excited about Fractured Identity and really this Timeless Dragon. I just want to make a dragon and win after a Wrath.
Timeless Dragon is great. As far as Esper control lists go, you're very light on blue. I feel like usually those decks are base blue, like splashing black and white for removal.
Yeah,
and
I'm really
wraths.
basically splashing blue for Primordial Mist and some of these other top-end things. I could bring in some
Like when I
more
first
things,
started
but
looking at your list, I was like, oh, it's like a white-black mid-range deck, but then, it's really much more of a control deck. You've got the board wipes, you've got the control finishers. I think the question is just we run out of cards. We'll see.
we'll find out.
We'll find out.
Yeah, I mean,
right
you gotta have
now.
Thraben Inspector in your control deck, right?
Thraben Inspector's good. It makes a clue token, and then it trades off for a small attacker.
Exactly.
He probably doesn't trade for much in Aaron's deck. It'll keep a Lotus Cobra from attacking
we
you.
might be sideboarding.
That's something,
All right.
I assume
lands
J-Bro
here.
is not here because he didn't respond earlier when I said the other J-Bro
Add
statement.
some
But
basic lands.
but
Double
you
check
gotta
over
always be
here
Thraben.
Is my sideboard. Great.
A significant distance away from the main deck.
Exactly.
what are you all going to do? High roll? Because Anthony's in there?
High roll.
Let's do it.
4.
I can't wait to bully Anthony with poker hands in match 3.
More than 4.
I will go first.
Yeah, J-Bro is a... I have never in my entire life had as much energy as J-Bro has in his middle age. J-Bro is just so much energy. It's very impressive to me.
Question for you guys and the chat maybe. When do tickets for CubeCon go on sale?
That's a really good question. So the passes for the parent conference, which is called Gamehole Con, I think go on sale in March? Pretty early. And then the CubeCon tickets are not that far after, or maybe are simultaneous this year. I'm not actually sure. Someone in chat will likely know. Does anyone know? I know that John said in the email he sent out when tickets were going to be available, or maybe it was Zach that sent out the email.
Okay.
Either way, you're coming this year, right?
Yes, and
gonna be great.
I was thinking about it, and then I remembered there was a lot of excitement in the Discord when I guess that email came out, but I didn't see the email, or maybe I wasn't on the proper channel or something. So then I wasn't sure. I was trying to think back.
The email went to all last year's CubeCon attendees,
Okay, so
I think.
yeah.
I don't think they have a newsletter sign up. They should, though.
So that'd be why I didn't get it.
Badges for Gamehole Con open June 3rd, so I was very wrong about that. And then event registration opens July 15th. So you can get your Gamehole Con pass June 3rd and your
Cool.
ticket for CubeCon July 15th.
Sweet.
Thank you, chat. You're the best.
Yeah, I'm very excited to go.
All right, Anthony.
All right, we're going out of order here, but I'm just going to give up a little bit of equity here and say that I'm going to keep this hand. Like we said, this is a little bit of a splash color anyway, so that'll be fine.
Yeah, I'm also going to keep this hand because this and this seems really great.
You love to see it.
Alrighty.
Let's play some Magic.
Ready?
Take it away.
Forest. Utopia Sprawl, naming black.
Okay.
Past you.
I will draw a card, play a Godless Shrine, take 2, and cast Esper Sentinel, and
Alrighty.
I'll pass the turn.
Alright. I will untap.
James, I'm down to carpool again, I think. The drive was not that bad. We're going to need 2 vans this year, though. I don't really want to get a bigger
Play
vehicle.
a Guy's Cradle.
Okay.
Yep. And then I think I can do... I think this will work this way. So I'm going to... a green and a black. Use the green for a Birds of Paradise.
Yes.
And then a green and a black for a Bitter Blossom.
Will
And I have
you
no...
pay
I cannot
the
pay the
1.
tax, so you will draw a
Excellent, I'll
card.
draw a card.
Which sucks, but hopefully that was worth it. And then I'm going to pass to you.
Technical, I genuinely looked at stretch limo prices, but it turns out they don't let you really rent those. You got to rent them with a
Untap.
driver, which
Draw.
was prohibitively expensive. Also, because the driver has to be with you the entire trip. So it was like, you got to put up the driver for a week in Wisconsin. And I was like, well, that's not going to work.
What do I do now? Let's go to combat. Attack you for 1.
No blocks?
Excellent. Take 1.
Go to 19.
And then I will play a Flooded Strand and pass the turn.
Find a limo driver that
Untap.
likes cubing.
Upkeep. Go to 18. Create a fairy. Draw.
Here, 18, cool. Yeah, we should definitely do at least, if not something that big, another just like weekend of a bunch of drafts.
Bones, our drive, including stops, like I think if you looked at the drive nonstop, it said like 13 and a half hours, and it took us like a little shy of 15,
Shock in
which we did in one day both times. It actually wasn't terrible. I mean, it was a lot, certainly, but,
Will I do that actually?
you know, making memories.
One, two, three, four, five. Okay. I will attempt to cast a Blade of the Oni.
You got it.
All right.
That is a creature spell on the stack, right? So that's
Oh, that's a
not,
great point.
that's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
going to trigger
Artifact.
Yes.
Esper Sentinel.
Creature.
Correct.
Great point.
I'm gonna pay 3 for a Cemetery Prowler,
Sure.
and I'm gonna play a Stomping Ground tapped and pass to you.
So Cemetery Prowler is just a 3/4
3/4
now.
with vigilance.
3/4 vigilance.
Yep.
So questions for me. What do I want to do now? I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to crack this Flooded Strand.
Bones, I think caravanning with cars you already own is, you know, also very reasonable. In our case, it just made more sense financially and everything to get the van. And the van it's fun, you know? Like, there was some good times had in the van that would not have been had in a caravan.
Plains. And then I'm going to pay 2, and I'm going to plane cycle Timeless Dragon.
He's
Alrighty.
doing it, chat.
And
He's
put
doing his
a-
dragon thing.
Hallowed, where did I just was looking at? I'm going to put a Hallowed Fountain into my hand.
Also, like, I didn't have a car I could have taken. Anthony doesn't have a car. Patrick's car only holds like 2 people. Theo didn't have a car. Really, we didn't have a car. Is what it comes down to.
Somehow
So,
looked around a group of 10 people and was like, no one has a car.
it was,
To be fair, not many people have cars that are big enough for a big
Yeah.
group.
yeah, we just didn't really have cars, which is good. I love that all my friends don't have cars. That's great.
All right, I'm going to untap, draw a card for turn.
Which planes did you get? Did you get a fancy
I got a
dual
Hallowed-
planes?
Hallowed
Yeah, Hallowed Fountain. Cool.
All right, let me read this guy. We got a 3/1 with menace. Equipped creature turns into a 5/5, and you can reconfigure for 4.
Time to make a 5/5 fairy.
I'm a little bit worried about that.
We'll
so
see.
it turns into a 5/5, but it keeps all its abilities, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Just changes base power and toughness.
So questions I have for myself. Do I care about that? Yes. Do I want to just cast this? Really want to draw something in particular here. All right, I'm going to play a Swamp, pay 3, and cast Lingering Souls.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not too bad. Don't worry.
I don't know.
And say go.
All right.
Trying to respond to chat
Yeah.
between here without interrupting the game. Alveric, you asked about us organizing some sort of
Going to
small
17,
cube
by
event
the
in
way.
Baltimore, and event planning is so stressful. I've done it before, and it's just really not fun. So I think it would be a hard sell for us to do that. If someone else wants to do it and we can help promote it and attend, that sounds great. But boy, I do not envy people that have to manage events. The cube thing I really want to do, which I would love to do someday, is just go ahead, play Magic.
Okay.
I can't be on this mic.
I'm going to. Okay. I'm going to pay 4
Mm-hmm.
to reconfigure this.
Do it. All right, you got a big bird.
5/5. It's a fairy, Anthony.
Bird.
And then I'm going to attack on this trigger. I'm going to exile your Lingering Souls from your graveyard.
This is an attack trigger as well. Oh, I should have read that card.
It is, right? Am I making that up?
Enters battlefield or attacks. Exile a card from a graveyard. Ooh.
It's weird because they're not all also attack triggers.
yeah.
The cycle is
Now
not
my-
Cycle is
symmetrical.
not
And is that a
symmetrical?
sorcery?
It is a sorcery.
Okay, so now my sorceries cost 1 less.
Okay. Cool. That actually really works well for you with Esper Sentinel chilling here.
Yep.
So you
Yeah, and then so I'm attacking for 5, 6, 7, 8.
This doesn't have as menace.
As
Right,
menace.
menace gets granted to the creature as
Yes.
well.
It has menace and is a 5/5. Interestingly, it doesn't give it flying, which you think with like a demon would get flying. but
Yeah.
it just has flying because it has.
they've been dabbling in non-flying demons.
Mm-hmm. Sounds like my childhood.
Interesting.
Well, Anthony's considering his blocks.
I feel like I'm just gonna die to all these things unless I draw something very lucky. I could just take the 8. Let's try that. Let's see how that feels.
All right.
Let's go to 9.
How does it feel?
Feels okay. So far.
So this is no longer a creature for my guy's cradle. Is that correct?
Correct.
Yes.
Okay.
But that's also relevant because if Anthony casts a board wipe, you get to keep your
Yeah.
own occult blade.
Yeah,
It just
it's
becomes a
the-
creature again.
Yeah. Okay, so second main phase, I'm going to pay 4, not the tax, so you will draw a card
Okay.
for Garrick. So I'm not sure exactly how this is going to work, but I am going to use its 0 ability to deal, I guess, let's see, so deal 3 damage to the Esper Sentinel. So I think he would still draw a card.
Yeah, he already drew the card.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's going to
Because
take...
this is a cast trigger. So.
Yeah, and it's going to take 1.
Yep.
And then it will transform, I believe, if I'm reading this correctly. Never played with this card. When it has 2 or fewer loyalty counters, transform him. Okay, so it has 2 or fewer. And I can't activate these abilities, right? Okay.
Correct. Same permanent, just transformed, but it does have 2 loyalties, so drop a dice on there.
Yep. Okay, and then I'm going to pass to Anthony.
All right. I will untap, draw a card for turn. Oof.
James, my opinion on Cemetery Prowler, it's pretty interchangeable green mid-range beef. I don't love it. It's not inspiring, but it does the job.
Well, let's play a plains. And pay 4 and make a dragon before you exile it.
Ooh, I forgot about that. I probably should have exiled that.
And say go.
It's still not the biggest flyer, though.
Yeah. It does make a 4/4, right? That's what Eternalize does. It's
Yes,
not
Eternalize
here
is a
on
4/4.
the card.
Go to 16, create another fairy. How many cards are we working with in that hand over there?
We got 7 cards.
Mind twist him.
Do it. You won't.
You literally won't. Because it's not in the cube.
What if I tell you they're all bangers?
Okay. Thinking for a moment. Let's. You don't have any untapped mana? Okay.
Correct.
Good night, Brady.
Let's go to combat.
You're in combat.
I'm going to swing for 5. Menace. Flying.
No blocks.
All right.
Go to 4.
A bold move, Cotton. We'll see if it pays off for him.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. I'm going to play a black and a green.
It just feels
for
so bad
Proxa.
to trade with it. Yuck.
All right. So another card I haven't really played with. So when it enters the battlefield, sacrifice it unless it escaped. When it enters the battlefield, each opponent discards a card. Then each opponent who didn't discard a non-land card this way loses 3 life.
Well, I'm definitely going to discard a non-land card.
Your Utopia Sprawl is naming black, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So no double red, unfortunately. Oh, no, you do. You have Bird and Stopping Ground for next turn. Okay. Okay.
All right, I will discard Liliana, the last hope.
But no double red and double black.
Okay. Then I am going to... Is this worth it? Trying to think. Now I'm trying to remember what's in my own deck.
So it's a challenge.
Yeah. I don't know if that's worth it right now. All right, I'm gonna put a Wolf with Death Touch onto the battlefield.
Okay.
And say go.
All right, I'll untap. I will draw a card. Play a Hollowed Fountain tapped and say go.
Okay. I'll untap. Go to 15.
Just gotta hold on for 15 more turns.
I feel like I've seen people lately saying that Bitter Blossom is not aged well, and I think they're very wrong. I think the card is messed up.
Okay. I am going to attempt to remove your Timeless Dragon with a Heartless Act.
My Timeless Dragon is quite dead.
All right.
It's time.
Its
Timeless Dragon
has come.
And
Tjornan, if this trend continues, the entire population of planet Earth will be watching in the matter of a few months.
That'll be spooky.
gonna go to combat with the team.
The whole team.
Except
And
for these two.
I'm at 4.
And it's gonna exile Esper Sentinel.
Sure.
Now
So
creatures are cheaper.
These
here's what
have
we
menace.
can do. This guy has menace. Let's imagine I remove that. I still have to chump there, and I'm still taking... That's a 1/1 wolf with Death Touch?
Yes.
Yep.
Wild. All right, let's do this before blocks. Let's path this fairy that's wearing the demon sword.
All right.
And
And
then...
do I go get a land? Is that what happens?
yes, you get a land tapped.
Basic land?
Basic. And then I will block your big wolf and one of your fairies. And take 2.
Okay.
Trade with one of your fairies.
Anthony, skating on a razor's edge here.
We're doing great.
There
No
is
problem.
there is a Crocs in the graveyard, I
problem.
will remind you.
All right. Second main. Gonna down tick. Gonna sacrifice this wolf to.
What does that do?
Sacrifice a creature. If you do so, search your library for a creature card, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle your library.
I'm sure that'll be fine for me.
Titania's not a great hit here because there's no land in the graveyard.
I'm going to reveal. I have to reveal it? Yes.
Yeah. Anytime it's a typed card, you got to
I'm
reveal it
going
to
to
make sure
reveal
you're not cheating.
Shieldred, the Apocalypse. Put it into my hand.
Pretty good one. Yup.
And sadly don't have double black untapped. So I will pass to you.
All right. I will.
Sorry. Oh, no, I still don't have double black. Never mind. Go
Okay.
ahead. Sorry.
I will cut down your demon blade.
Yeah. I wanted to reconfigure it, but wouldn't have worked anyway.
Then I'll untap. Draw a card. Play an island. And I'm at 2. You've got 2 flyers and that guy. I don't see a way for me to win. Actually, this is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Here we go.
Do you have balance in your deck?
I don't have to answer that question.
You don't have to, but
I will cast
I'm sure chat wants to
Treasure
know.
Cruise and see if I can find balance.
You draw 3. Is that what that does?
Yeah. Yeah. Pass the turn.
Okay. Tap.
Did we get it? No.
Go to 14. Make a fairy. Draw a card.
I gotta read the cards too.
Reading the cards. Draw the game with Fractured Identity. How can I do that?
Garrick.
Oh. Heard about that.
It just draws the game.
Does it actually draw the game, or is that just like a glitch in Magic Online?
It actually draws the game,
Actually draws the
technically
game.
speaking.
Sick.
Go to combat?
I'm not sure
Yeah.
what we'll do here. I guess we'll
Attack
play
with
by
these
the
3.
rules.
Oh, those 3? Okay,
three.
good game.
Okay. I was going to play Shieldred and then...
You were so close to being
get
able to
Titania.
survive.
Yeah, I needed exactly balance there. I also wasn't thinking I forgot that I could actually use the March of Otherworldly Light on the... I don't actually know the name of this card. The Demon Sword, while it was equipped.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have been that... Like, if I had more blockers, that would have been more relevant.
Hey, Aaron had it all that game.
Yeah, you had it all.
All right.
Can you not have it all next time?
It's funny. I do think that the lack of like cantrips makes it hard in a deck like that where you like really want to find a wrath. You need a wrath.
Yeah.
Like there was a wrath on top of your deck that if you had any amount of card draw, you would have found n number of turns ago.
You want to rub it in some more?
I'm not rubbing it in. I'm just observing. I think your deck is good.
Yeah, it just doesn't have enough blue in it.
All right, let's go ahead and give game 1 to Aaron.
Probably want this.
Reset the left totals.
This could be good, actually. I'm not sure, though.
Hey, Deerl, when you start streaming music on Twitch, are you going to go by Deerl? Or are you going to have a different channel that's got like a more sophisticated name? Not to say that Deerl's not sophisticated, but you know. Yeah, you do have to copy the front of Garrick to draw the game. The back of Garrick will not work.
All right, well, I'm thinking about sideboarding.
There are no bots in chat, be a unicorn. This is a bot-free zone. Oh, this got moved. Can we, Sorry, real quick.
I don't know what's happening.
It just wasn't really centered. There you go.
I've just been slowly pulling it towards me all night. Trying to throw everyone off.
All right, sideboards. If you want.
I'm also reading about bots in chat.
Great, reading about bots. So I feel like I want to bring in this because I feel like I just need more. Maybe I should. Like, he has just so much big stuff. I'm thinking like this deals with birds.
You got to bolt the bird.
Gosh, yeah.
You got to tie a big weight to the bird and make
I'm
it
thinking
fall
about it
down
more
to
maybe
earth
like
and
what
die.
I was thinking is I either take out some of these things that are like actually not super well supported in my deck, or just cut some more of the big stuff. But maybe this doesn't actually deal with that much. Let's do it. Let's cut one of the big threats. Keep all this in. So this is the swap we're making.
I guess the thing I'm surprised about. Yeah. Well, hold on. So yeah, it draws the game. You make the copy of Garrick. You have 3 loyalty. You have to get it to below 3 loyalty. Then it draws the game.
This is the content.
I mean, this is what people care about. It's true. Are you doing any sideboarding over there, Aaron?
Yes, so right now I think I'm going to take this out. I found it a little hard to cast, and it's really cool, but I think since I'm not going first, I think I'm not sure how useful it is. I think this will be good, just as a little interaction. And right now I was just looking through to see if I wanted to side this in because it's a little bit slower, but I was realizing that I have a lot of this type, which maybe would be good. But I think I'm just going to make this one change.
On to game 2.
All right, here we go.
Anthony's on the play, and we're doing
Sorry.
golf talk cube coverage.
Are we doing that?
Yes. You're playing Magic. You can't stop me. Here
I
we
guess
see
he's technically correct.
Anthony
You're sitting-
drawing a hand.
He's sitting
at
right
7.
next to you, Anthony.
He tried to grab 7 in one shot, but he accidentally grabbed
these
6
thick,
because I'm in
thick, double
perfect hard
sleeved.
sleeves, and they're thicker than he's used to, so he only grabbed 6. But now he's got 7. Let's take a look at that opening hand.
This is a little bit rough,
He says it's a little bit rough.
but I have like a thing I can do and some interaction, so I don't love it, but I'm just gonna keep it.
Chat can't see
You sound
the
defeated,
total
Anthony.
I probably
shit-eating grin
don't-
on
I
Andy's
don't-
face as he's
I don't
doing that
mulligan
voice.
as much as I probably should, but
All right, Aaron.
here.
Let's get an
Okay.
opening hand from you.
Sure. All right, good shuffle. Okay.
James, that sounds like a disastrous idea.
This looks great, and I'm going to keep it.
I see how Aaron doesn't sound defeated, Anthony.
Yeah, he must not be as defeated.
All right.
All right, it's my turn though, right? Great, I love
Correct.
it. Planes pass.
Hey, nice
Oh.
planes.
Thank you.
I picked out the basic lands for you because I built the decks.
Uh,
wow.
Beseju,
Mm-hmm.
Elves of the Deep Shadow.
Yeah.
Your turn.
Untap, upkeep, draw. Oof. A punishing draw. If you thought I sounded defeated earlier, Sego.
What is the one Tim Robinson voice, James? There's so
One
many
Tim
of them.
Robinson voice. We're all just trying to figure out who's. What does it say? I can't even do it. I give up.
You're defeated again. We
I'm
got to work on your
sorry.
charisma, boy.
We're,
All right.
we all have. That's the one voice. Yeah. Mhm.
Take you with yours.
Yikes. Okay. I will play a Bloodstained Mire.
Do it.
And
You
take
won't.
1, go to 19 to attempt to cast Bitter Blossom.
You got it.
Past you.
Have you had
Untap,
Bitter Blossom
upkeep,
every game?
draw. Yeah.
I think I didn't have it in 1 against you. but-
Check this out. Swamp never didn't have it.
Perfect mana.
Perfect mana. Let's cast Lingering Souls.
All right.
This is the tempo Bitter Blossom.
And say go.
That's right.
Step,
That's
I'm
right.
going
I
to
said tempo,
sacrifice
chat.
this To go get. I think I want that.
Natural Tron.
A tapped Stomping Ground.
Yeah, I can cast what? Esper. What's the big Esper dragon? It's like a 3 mana 4/3 or something.
There's a 3 mana 4/3 Esper
know.
Dragon.
Golem.
Untap.
Gargoyle. Gargoyle.
You're thinking- you're
Gargoyle's
thinking
Go to
of-
17.
You're thinking of Chromium, clearly.
No.
Make fairy.
We all
You
love
got a fairy.
Chromium.
Draw.
The Mutable?
All right. Attempt
Everyone
to
wants to know if
cast
you're thinking
Renin
of
6.
Rafine, but he's a demon crime boss.
You have a Ren 6. No, I'm just thinking of a like random common from Alara.
Um,
So it wasn't a cycle of
ahead
like
and-
exactly the 3 pip wedge.
+1 to
cards.
get my Bloodstained Mire back to my hand.
Yup.
And I will play that. It's my land per turn. And okay. And I'll go ahead and go to 16. Ugh. To get
Tower Gargoyle. That sounds right.
That's not a dragon at all.
It's a gargoyle. I arrived at gargoyle after a couple different creature types.
Gargoyle.
Yeah, I am a little bit surprised you have this edition of Elves of Deep Shadow.
and actually go to 14.
I don't have perfect versions of all the cards in my queue, but just haven't
Why not?
haven't gotten around. To be honest, I don't really love any of the versions of Elves of Deep Shadow, so I haven't been motivated to
So,
replace it.
No love.
I mean, I agree that if you gave me the option of this or the original or the promo with the original art, I would take either of the other two, but I already have this one. I don't love the other ones that much, so
13.
whatever.
All for my mana base to play Tarmogoyf, which is a 2/3.
Enjoy a Tarmogoyf.
A 2/3 if I'm doing that math correctly.
For now.
Yep.
Your turn.
I'll untap. I'll draw a card. I'll play a Plains Flashback Lingering Souls.
Mm-hmm.
Tarmogoyf's a 1/2.
Your Tarmogoyf tiny.
It's a lot of spirits.
Wait, why am I fighting you, Alveric?
So you have 1 flyer.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go to combat and attack Ren in 6.
Did I not give you 4 spirits?
I only saw 2. 3.
I gave you an odd number of spirits? Weird.
I found 1 more.
Weird.
Right.
Very weird.
Let's see. I will. I'm actually gonna block 1 with the.
Okay.
Fairy. And Ren 6 will go to 3.
I made a mistake. But no one has to know because you don't know what's in my hand. Great. Ha ha ha.
Tee-hee-hee,
Tee-hee-hee.
too-hoo-hoo.
The Raven Inspector. But I know I made a mistake, and I will know forever. I'll make a clue.
This is why you think Tarmogoyf has aged poorly in
And
Cube?
I'll say go.
Because neither of them are sending things to the graveyard?
Stuff's going to go to the graveyard.
Go to 12. Get a fairy.
Trust me.
I do agree. The original Elves of Deep Shadow looks a lot like a MySpace photo.
In a good way. It's got kind of DeviantArt
Given
vibes.
the era it was drawn in, it honestly could have been modeled off of a MySpace photo. That would not be so surprising. Man, Tjornan baited
Play
me
a
again.
Swamp.
I always feed the troll when the troll is Tjornan.
I'm actually gonna deal one of your spirits 1 damage.
Which one?
One of the untapped ones.
Okay, great.
Yeah, Alveric, we're in our 30s, man. We're old.
And
Oh, yeah, you lost your life from your Bitter Blossom beginning of turn.
Yes.
I did miss that, I swear.
and then I'm going to pass to you.
All right. Untap. Draw on a card. Is there any chance?
You made a bit of a mistake, but
What could I draw if I crack my clue right now?
Your wasteland-proof 3-color control mana base is impressive.
Thank you. You simply draw the basics you
I mean, it
need.
looks great.
great strategy.
I'm going to go ahead and crack my clue.
Tarmogoyf will very temporarily
you
become a 2/3
have
before going back to a 1/2 again.
1 fairy. I will
Correct.
dead weight the fairy.
Oh no.
It's going to make your Tarmogoyf bigger, though. And then go to
Split
combat, attack Ren in 6
Yep.
for 2.
Yep.
And say go.
So this
The
is now
3/4.
3/4. Okay.
Should I tell it differently?
Go to 11.
Again.
Very. Draw a card. Yeah, I think I should have upticked and gotten back the Mire again, but c'est la vie. Okay. Go to combat.
Yep.
Swing for 3.
No blocks. Taking 3.
Yeah, we're on the board. Play a forest as my land per turn. And a Grim Flare.
Okay.
Oh yeah, 2/2 trample. When it deals combat damage, look at the top 3. I can put any number into my graveyard. The rest back on top of my library. It gets +2/+2 as long as there are 4 or more card types among cards in your graveyard. Okay. And then pass to you.
I will untap. Draw a card. Oh, do you mind if I read this guy?
Yeah. There's a lot happening.
Trample. Cool.
Yeah, it is cool.
Card seems pretty good, to be honest. All right, so now I have a
lot for 2 mana.
choice to make.
I feel like these things got moved somehow. I'm gonna mess around with some of these things while you're playing.
That's 17.
Like, why are you so far on that side of the camera?
All right, I'm going to play a Flooded Strand. Go to combo.
Combo off.
2 in the air at you.
Yeah, I will block one of them.
Take 1.
Go to 10.
Question is, do I want to take 2 extra damage here to give me a little bit more flexibility? I think I have to. All right, I'll crack the Flooded Strand, get a Godless Shrine untapped.
Going to 14.
Yeah. And then
Uh-oh.
I will cast everyone's favorite
Uh-oh.
Primordial Mist.
It is probably my favorite. It's so good.
I think I overvalue it a little bit in this cube. but
That's also
I'm okay with
possible.
that.
I don't. It's not.
Can I
actually
read
amazing.
it? I have no idea what this
Yes.
does.
So it's going to manifest the top card of my library each turn, and it basically also allows
End
me to
step.
play instant sorceries or any card type that has been manifested.
Pass me that Sharpie so I can start drawing manifest tokens
Put
because
it
you
on-
can't see the sleeves upside down on the
Oh, yeah,
camera.
good call.
Okay. Exile a face down permanent control face up. Wow. Okay. So if it's a creature, you can turn it up anytime for its mana cost. Okay. So it's basically the same thing, but then extends to all other
Correct.
types.
It
Okay.
has some slightly weird
Permanents.
implications because you can also just exile things at any time. So if you have like a big
Oh,
creature
I
with
see.
lifelink, I can just
Yeah.
block and be like,
Okay.
which is fun.
Interesting.
Or you can block with. You can have like a counter spell face down or something, and then flip it up
Mhm.
and counter your spell.
I'll go to my end step, trigger.
Mm-hmm.
I will manifest this card.
It's a 2/2.
It is a 2/2.
Okay.
Look at all that majesty. And your go.
All right. Go to 9. Yikes.
My first take on a manifest token is no good. It looks like a spider that is caught in a vortex.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Play a forest as a land per turn. Yeah, I will go to combat
Yes.
for 3, 4, 5.
So this is currently a 2/2 trample.
Currently a 2/2, and yeah. Oh, it triggers when it deals combat damage. Okay.
Definitely gonna block here. Question is, do I want to save myself 3 damage? Not at this point. So declare blocks this way.
Okay.
Trades.
All right.
We do see what this is. It is a Takanuma.
So you'll take 3, but now this
Taking
will
3.
become bigger.
Putting the better one on top.
Okay, great.
4, 5. All right. And then I'm going to cast Shieldred. And actually, I'm going to tap for it. Oh, wait, do I have to tap for it like that? Yes, I do. Okay. And then pass to you.
Untap. Draw a card.
Go to 9.
9 all.
Rude.
Dang it, I closed the file by accident.
All right, so
Dang it, Bobby.
I gotta ask myself some questions again here. You've got a flyer.
I have 3 Black Lotuses and a Time Walk in hand.
Wow.
If that helps your decision making.
I will path Shieldred.
Okay. That's
She's gonna go away.
Feed the Tarmogoyf.
So you get a basic land tapped.
I can make that happen for you, Deerle.
I'll play Liliana the Last Hope. +1 on your flyer.
What does that do?
Gives it -2/-1 until end of turn.
Oh, okay.
So it will kill it.
Yeah, sure. will.
And then I'm going to play a Godless Shrine tapped. And go to my end step, trigger Primordial Mist.
Mm-hmm.
Manifest the top
Alright.
card of my library.
Untap. Go to 8. Man. Okay. 3. So you have
I have instant land enchantment.
instant enchantment, land, planeswalker, creature. Okay, yeah, that's right. Go to combat for 5.
I will block with Thraben Inspector.
All right. I'll pass to you.
All right, let me read my card. Let me read this card. Timing rules still apply. Okay, I think I understand my cards. I'll untap. Draw.
See? Shouldered bad. Told you.
Yep.
Yep, that's what we learned.
4 mana. Drain.
+1
Deal 2
on
damage to
your
Anthony.
fairy.
Yep. I think I'm just gonna die to.
Liliana versus Bitter Blossom is
Bitter
not
Blossom.
a race you win.
Yeah. Oh wow! I totally misread a card in my hand. Okay.
Do I just like
Shouldered
do
is
that?
Shouldered is definitely playing the role. Use this token instead because chat wanted this token.
Okay. We have a beefy homorid guy.
Well, no, I tried to put the swirly thing on his head. It's a
Okay,
swirly thing with
I
a
see.
muscly body.
All right, I've got a couple options here. I'm not totally sure what the optimal thing to do is.
Shouldered is performing the role I wanted to fill in this cube, which is to say it makes hard removal much better and punishes you for not drafting it.
Case in point.
All right, I'm really tempted just to say pass the turn and step trigger.
On your end step, I guess while that's on the stack, I'm going to attempt to Abrupt Decay Liliana.
Oof.
That will definitely work. Yeah, watch out, cultic bestiary. I'm coming into the token game.
All right, my turn.
Yep.
Go to 7, make a fairy. Draw a card.
You do have a 5/6 Tarmogoyf, but
Yep.
it's got a chump blocker every turn from the Primordial Mist.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I gotta make you do it. Go to combat. Swing in.
2 mana, the Abyss.
I don't like that. But here's what I can do.
You said the
This
timing
works-
rules still
this
apply,
works
right?
great.
For your
So I'm going to block with my very, very beefy manifest.
Mm-hmm.
And then before damage, I'm going to exile it. I may play it this turn. It's exiled. Does it get turn face up immediately?
It
Is that how
does.
it works?
Yeah.
It's the Wandering Emperor.
Oh.
Wow, that was cool.
Wow. So cool.
Be a unicorn. Are you trying to fix our camera problems? It's a big morass. And the camera does have bugs, but it looks so good. You know, what are you gonna do?
Anything else I can main?
Good question. Nope.
Primordial Mist is so fun.
All right. I'm going to pay 4 to cast the Wandering Emperor.
Mm-hmm.
And I will... You know what actually seems great? Is having a 2/2 flyer. But I guess I can do that later. I don't know. What am I doing here? Let's make a... Yeah, let's just make my guy bigger. Go to 4.
Oh, it gets a
And-
counter. Nice.
Yeah, but 1 counter up to 1 target creature you control gains first strike until end of turn.
Mm-hmm.
I will untap.
Yeah, the camera's extra glitchy
Draw
tonight.
a
I don't know
card.
why. The technology weather is bad. I'm sorry for all the weird time traveling frames. I might. Maybe I'll research other cameras.
Is it the camera or is it a software issue?
I mean, I'm sure it's a software issue, but there is no fix for it.
Interesting.
So it might as well be a hardware issue, you know?
Yeah.
Does it feel hot to the touch? Let me check real quick. Hold on. I would not describe it as hot to the
all right,
touch.
Let's see.
I
So
would describe it
did
as
this one start
very
your
lightly
turn.
warm,
Now
if
I'm going
anything.
to -2. I'm just going to exile your Tarmogoyf.
Mm-hmm.
That seems like a reasonable idea.
Mm-hmm.
And then I could attack you with my other manifest, but I really don't want to. I'm going to pay 3, cast Monastery Mentor,
Mm-hmm.
and then pay 2, exile 6 cards for Treasure Cruise.
Wowie zowie.
Mm-hmm.
Trigger.
James, it's not a dropped frame on the stream. It's a thing with the camera. It's actually just showing a frame from the past. It's not dropping a frame. And it shows up on the recording locally too, which is how I know it's not the streaming service. It's just the hardware or this firmware related to the hardware.
I will play a Shelldock Isle.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Don't really want these cards.
I could see that happening, Unicorn, if it was like mounted up against a wall or something, but it's like in the middle of the room in a wide open space. It's got a ton of airflow around it. I don't think it's overheating.
And then I will go to my end step, trigger, manifest.
But who knows what makes it worse
Beef
today
boy.
than other days.
All right. My turn.
Yes.
Oh, go to 6. Make another fairy. Draw a card.
The fairy's putting up a powerful resistance.
Yeah. So you have a 2/2 flyer.
I have a 2/2 flyer.
Mm-hmm. Man. Okay. I'm gonna play Guy's Cradle as my land per turn.
Okay.
And I'm gonna start using some blockers. I'm gonna attempt to reanimate my Grim Flare.
Sure.
All right, and it's gonna be a 4/4.
All right, look at that.
That's a big guy. It's got Death Touch and Trample.
Just
No death touch.
Just
No Death
trample.
Touch.
4/4
Cool.
trample, and then when it
You get
deals
to
damage to you,
surveil.
it does the surveilling thing. Your turn. Oh, and I
Okay.
lose 2 life. Go to 4.
Untap. Draw a card. Relevant.
Lots of people on YouTube said they like the table sounds. It makes them feel like they're there.
Interesting. A little
So,
table ASMR.
I have intentionally not installed a shock mount
Um,
on the coverage cam.
is Bitter Blossom actually my win condition here? That's
might
a fun
be.
question, right?
I feel like you have a lot of win conditions
Thank
I'm
you.
looking at.
I'm enjoying them as a treat. Play a plains.
My deck is so good, it's beating itself.
Yeah.
It's going to beat somebody, no matter what.
Oh, I love that, actually.
I guess it wouldn't be too hard to test the overheating theory. Just like tape an ice pack on it for one of the streams, you know? Hey, Paper Player 1. We love Paper Play. Thank you. I spent a lot of time on the setup.
I feel like I'm just looking at Anthony across the table and watching him decide how he's going to carve me to pieces.
I mean,
Pretty much.
I don't know how to play this game. This game's too complicated. I could do that. That would be really good.
Dear old you fool, a marshmallow's insulating. Everyone knows that. What's up, Jay?
I can do a lot of stuff. I just don't know if I actually want to, like, get into combat with Monastery Mentor or either of these manifests for reasons. Maybe I should just be punching really hard with my flyer. I think that's probably the plan. All right, let's do that. Let's exile this manifest and cast a Skull Clamp.
All right.
Trigger Monastery Mentor.
So it's a 3-1.
Let's make
Right
it
now?
a monk.
It's not equipped to anything
That's not
yet.
equipped to anything.
Oh,
so
sorry.
It's just
I
a
thought
skull
you were
clamp.
playing
just
it at the
thinking,
spirit.
just thinking about it. So prowess trigger on these two guys. I guess that's what I can do. Well, that doesn't actually trigger a prowess trigger.
That doesn't actually trigger a prowess trigger?
Exactly.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow, can't believe it. Wow.
But this would be
That's a gnarly skull clamp.
4.
Yeah, it's a secret layer one.
Let's pay 5. Oh, it's mana value.
Yeah, it's a lot better than that.
Oh, it's so much better than that. Thank you, thank you. You're over here looking at me like I'm a complete fool. Which
Yeah,
Fair.
Paper Player, you are welcome to.
1, 2.
Fair warning, I'm not.
Let's March of Otherworldly Light the Grim Flayer to exile it. Trigger, get prowess, get another monk.
I'm not great at responding to emails, but people have been asking me to do a little tour of the studio, which I will probably do, let's say, within the month. So there'll be a video that shows how it's all set up.
Let's
I can tell you all about Andy's emails.
Yeah, Unicorn, I think it's very reasonable that it could
Plus
be a
1.
USB problem
put
because
another counter on this time the Monastery Mentor, and then spend 1 to put the Skull Clamp somewhere. Sure, this is first strike now, so let's put the Skull Clamp on the Monastery Mentor,
All right.
and then go to combat. Attack with these creatures.
What the heck is going on with
It's
that
actually
monastery?
attack this one too.
Monastery mentor.
Okay, so it's really simple. It's got 2 prowess triggers, and it has a
Okay.
+1 counter, and it has a +1 -1. So it's a 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 4.
A 6-4.
And it has first strike.
6-4 1 1.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah. So if I block there and there, then that's 1, 2, 3. Okay. Oh. Okay. So I'll block.
hey, wee.
I'll block a
It's
monk
we.
token. This big guy, and I guess I have to do it like this. The spirit over here, and the big one.
Mistakes were made. Sure. All of your creatures die.
Yep.
You take
And
2.
that dies too.
It's got 2 prowess triggers on it as well.
Oh, it does. That also does.
This is sort of bridging.
Oh,
prowess.
okay. It was very clear.
So Aaron takes 2,
Yes.
goes to 2.
Yep.
Then let's go to my
Correct.
end step. Trigger Primordial Mist.
Hi, Doob.
Beefy
I assume that's who Associates
Manifest
is.
Is back. Say
All
go.
right. Go to 1.
Anyway, I think the USB theory is a very good
Yeah,
one
good
because
game.
Good game.
that camera and the other 2
Oh,
webcams
man,
are all
drew
being
so
run
many
through a
lands.
USB hub that is mounted in the ceiling that then has like a 15-foot cable that brings it down and plugs it into the computer. And the thing about all these USB accessories is every single one of them says you have to plug it directly into the computer and not to use a hub. And guess what?
That's good.
That doesn't work. My computer doesn't have that many hubs, so I have to decide which one gets the actual direct plug-in and which one gets the hub. And realistically, I wouldn't be able to get a cable that would. Well, I guess the thing about the Brio is it does have a separate cable, so you actually can just get a longer one. But the 2 other webcams that are pointed at Anthony and Aaron's faces, those ones have built-in cables that can't be unplugged and lengthened. So I guess you could get an extender cable, but then I got to use a hub. I have to use a hub. I don't know what else to do. I tried to buy the computer that would handle all this. It's just very difficult. All right, we're going into game 3.
Wow.
But yeah, I'll be excited to do a studio tour because I spent so much time thinking about all this stuff and trying to make it good. Thanks for the follow, by the way, Paper Player.
Sorry for playing a little slow. I had a little bit of decision paralysis evaluating that board state. Too much going on.
How much am I winning by?
Exactly, yeah.
I'm so confused by how much I'm winning by, so I'm just going to sit here and pout a little bit.
Yeah.
Andy's narrating my inner monologue.
The problem is I just had so many good cards under my manifest, I didn't want to risk throwing them into combat. Yeah.
Keep talking.
I did like the pun, Bones. It's hard to convey over audio, so I didn't repeat it, but it's a good...
What's the pun? Now
It's
you have to.
It's impressive that none of these primordial triggers have been missed, but missed is spelled M-I-S-T.
That's pretty good.
And Bones, you will be in charge of the event in California, so no one can stop you. You can do whatever you want.
You're allowed to do all the puns.
That's awesome, Paper Player.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's the way I have it set up. It would not. Well, I guess anything could be done. It could be. You could make it transportable if you wanted to, but this is in my basement, and it's very much installed here forever. Are we ever going to move to affiliate? Maybe. I don't know. I'm not against hand cams DSB, but we
Right.
already have problems with the
Making one
cameras that are
change.
attached to the computer not being able to handle it. And also, I don't know where I would get hand cams that would have appropriate lighting. I just need 2 judges, clearly, calling the hands like they have at the Pro Tour on a little iPad, and then it can pop up on our screen. That's reasonable. I would love some more Paper Legacy content, Paper Player. Are you familiar with the Legacy Pit? They probably have the best Paper Legacy coverage on YouTube right now, at least to my knowledge.
I'll take the play.
Me too. Bet you didn't see that coming.
Whoa.
Sounds
I was talking about this with someone, or maybe it was with you, where we just for turn 1 we just do everything at the same time. So 1, 2, 3, play your land. 1, 2, 3, do your first thing.
Yeah, I was actually
Attack at the
wondering
same
if
time.
the
Gotta
KubeCon
come at the same
organizers would be worried that people would confuse California KubeCon for official KubeCon with the naming. So maybe the name will be changed, but yeah. Yeah, basically, there is a what would you call it? What would you call this thing hanging from the ceiling?
Pole.
An armature?
Sure.
There's an armature that I constructed that is hanging from the middle of the ceiling that has the webcam facing down at the table, the webcams facing Aaron and Anthony, and also 2 key lights that are pointed directly at Aaron and Anthony's faces.
Very
Importantly,
bright.
not at all aimed down, so none of the light ever hits the table or ever is risk of glaring. And so that's got, all 5 of those cables then wound all the way up the armature into the ceiling where I've got a whole thing. I'll give you a tour sometime. It's pretty fun. All right, so Player 2 also got game 1. So now, Aaron, you're back to being on the play, yeah?
Correct. I think this is kind of tough because I think this is obviously a good early, but nothing else is really looking great. I do get a nice, one of these. I think just because of that, I think I'm going to risk it and this.
All right, I'm going to keep this hand. We got Tron, and we got cards.
I
Great.
am on a Mac, BA Unicorn. That is a
All right.
complicating
Yep, take it away.
factor.
Cool. I'm going to play a Wooded Foothills. Take 1. I'm just going to get a basic forest.
Bold.
Yeah, I'm on a Mac Studio specifically. So a decently powerful machine, which I bought partially with this in mind.
And then El's Deep Shadow. Your turn.
I'll draw a card. Play Godless Shrine tapped and say go.
All right. I will. I keep exiling my fetch lands instead
Don't
of
do it.
sacrificing them.
Bones will ban you.
I'll play a Guy's Cradle.
Yeah.
And take 1, going to 18 to play Cemetery Prowler.
Sure.
Your turn.
All right, this card was a big problem for me last game.
You're not forced to exile your land, are you? What does Cemetery Prowler's text say?
Oh, interesting.
Is it a
Spell,
May?
or attacks? Exile a card from a graveyard.
Ooh.
I believe you have to exile your land in that case. Bones, can you confirm that Cemetery Prowler is not a May, and therefore Aaron is forced to exile the only card in any graveyard, which is his own Wooded Foothills? I think you can carry on. I doubt that
I'm going to play a
that will matter in the near future.
Plains and pass the turn.
All right. I'll attack for 4.
All right, I will pay 2 and Vanishing Verse the
Ouch.
wolf. And take 1.
That is an exile spell, yeah. So.
Yes.
I will play. I'll play a Stomping Ground tapped and pass to you.
All right. I'll untap. Draw.
Yeah, Bones is a judge. I don't know what L.
How many L's you got? I'll play an island and I will pass the turn.
All right. I will play a swamp. And I'll go ahead and go to combat for 1.
Sure, I'll take 1.
Play an Evolved Sleeper. Pass to you.
End of your turn, I will eliminate the Evolved Sleeper.
Alrighty. Is it exiled?
Destroy.
Destroy.
You finally get something in the graveyard for Tarmogoyf. Untap, draw. Play Takanuma and pass the turn.
Okay. Yikes. I gambled poorly, chat. Which probably everyone was screaming, "Don't keep that hand." I'll attack for 1.
I will pay 4. Cast the Wandering Emperor and -1 to make a samurai and then block.
Got it.
Didn't even try and draw Samurai.
Oh, sorry. I was going to get around to it.
Second main, I'm going to cast a Utopia Sprawl on this forest, name red, and pass to you.
All right. I will untap, draw a card, play a Silent Clearing. +1 to put a counter on this. Give it first strike. Go to combat. Attack you for 3.
Go to 15.
And then I will cast a Timeless Dragon. Pay
Wow.
1 life.
Awesome.
Say go.
Sometimes you just play a big dragon.
Sometimes you just play a big dragon. I don't know if you knew about this.
It's a 4/4.
It is a 5/5. It comes back as a 4/4.
Okay. I'll go ahead and play this Overgrown
Cultic
2.
Cube, thanks for the follow.
And
Oh, does John have a samurai
I'll pass
token?
to you.
Probably not. It's a very recent card. Let's see.
I'll untap. Draw a card.
How's your Monday night, John?
Crack my Silent Clearing to draw a card.
Mm-hmm. Is this on my end step?
No,
no,
this
you
is-
attack.
yeah.
That's right. Okay.
+1.
Yeah.
Put another counter on my Samurai. And then go
Mhm.
to combat. Attack for 9.
9. Okay. Go to 6.
Play a Godless Shrine tapped and pass.
Yeah, I think you got it. Yeah, good game.
Oof.
Yeah.
Man, if you had cycled the dragon, you could have reanimated
So-
Anthony's dragon. That would have been pretty sick.
Yep. Yeah, I just.
Oh, if I had cycled it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that would have
'Cause
been scary.
He
Yeah.
had reanimated in his opening hand, and if you had cycled it, it would have just been like, boom,
Cool.
Yeah.
turn
I-
3 dragon.
Well-
I got super greedy. I shouldn't have kept that opening hand. That was a big mistake. And then I just drew a bunch of lands as well. I kept a very land heavy hand.
Yeah.
But
I think I keep was actually the opposite of greed. I think you were being very conservative by keeping it because it was like I can at
Oh,
least do
sure.
stuff.
sure.
Greedy's like you pitch a okay
Sure.
6 to go to 5,
Sure.
and then you're like, oops, bad. All right, well, got
Alrighty.
one more match left. Let me reset all this
Great.
stuff.
And I'll work my way around.
That was a good match.